This is the future.
Since it's weekend, I would like to rest from grinding and giving you guys guides. I will resume the Warframe guide Monday, but for now, let's chill and discuss something hilarious in this video. So finally, after weeks of playing, my love for Diablo 4 has now officially left the building. I regretted buying this piece of garbage over Hildryn Prime Access, as in my opinion, the price of Prime Access has more worth compared to Diablo 4. In case you don't know, Diablo 4, the highly anticipated installment in the iconic action role-playing game series, had fans on the edge of their seats with its promises of a dark and immersive gaming experience. As an avid gamer and longtime fan of the franchise, I eagerly awaited its release. However, much to my disappointment, my anticipation quickly turned into regret as I delved into the world of Diablo 4. In this article, I will explore the reasons why I regretted buying Diablo 4 and the issues that plagued my gaming experience. One of the most crucial aspects of any role-playing game is its ability to immerse players in a captivating storyline. Diablo 4, unfortunately, fell short in this regard. The narrative felt uninspired and lacked the depth and intricacy that made its predecessors so memorable. Characters were poorly developed, and the plot failed to evoke any emotional investment, leaving me feeling disconnected from the game world. Action role-playing games are known for their addictive loot-driven gameplay, but Diablo 4 failed to offer the same level of excitement and variety. The repetitive nature of the quests and missions quickly became tiresome, with little innovation or surprises to keep me engaged. The combat mechanics, while functional, lacked the polish and fluidity that would have elevated the gameplay to a more satisfying level. The real reason why I tried this game is because of their endgame content, providing players with a sense of longevity and replayability. However, Diablo 4 struggled to offer compelling post-story gameplay. The endgame activities were limited, and the lack of meaningful rewards or progression systems left me feeling unmotivated to continue playing. This lack of content severely diminished the game's longevity and replay value. It got this power curve wherein after you hit like 70 plus or 80 plus, there's nothing challenging in the game anymore, and aside from the two biggest boss fights, which are Uber Elias and Uber Lilith, the game then pours into a halt and there's nothing else to look forward for. Then how about the loot? Well, the loot is not even that game changing anymore at endgame levels. You will just get the same loot but with different, or higher stats values. That's it. It's kind of disappointing because I paid for this game expecting that the endgame would be good, but it turns out that it's full of crap, and to be honest, their endgame is laughable when you compare it to Path of Exile. They have Helltide, Tree of Whispers, Nightmare Dungeons, and two late game bosses. Well, Uber Lilith is the ultimate late game, so I would say 1. Now, I know some of you will say that why even complain now when the game just got released for a few weeks, and comparing it to Path of Exile is just not right since the game already got years of content, and Diablo 4 only got released. Well, your argument is true, but let's not disregard the fact that Path of Exile is free to play and Diablo 4 is not. Also, I was playing Path of Exile when it was first released, and to be honest with you, it felt like I have continued my Diablo 2 journey with the game. It made me feel like I was playing my favorite ARPG, but with a different story this time, and it's freaking free to play. In addition, Path of Exile may be complicated at first because of its skill tree system, but it was fun min-maxing your builds, and it was not Diablo 2 at all, since a necromancer can be a sorcerer, a barbarian can be a shaman, an assassin can have multiple paths to take, so on and so forth. It was a fresh new game for me because of how they altered the usual class system of games like this, and since then, Path of Exile had continued to pump new content into their game. New features, new seasons, interesting seasons, new endgame activities and more. And to top all of this, it's free. Now, Diablo 4 has a long way to go before it reach that level, but why I don't feel that the game will evolve somehow into something epic. It's kind of funny and annoying because you bought the game, then Blizzard has the guts to plaster some overpriced cosmetics in games so you would be enticed to buy it and spend more money in Diablo 4. For its future content, it's safe to assume that we will be seeing big expansions that will somehow host the return of the primevals such as Mephisto, Diablo and Baal, and Blizzard has confirmed that Diablo 4 will feature paid DLC as part of its post-launch strategy. Aside from that, there will be seasons that will be like the leagues in Path of Exile, wherein you start over, a total clean slate, and once the season ends, all your progress will be gone. Now, this is nothing new with ARPG, and this is how the genre is built so that players will somehow continue playing. It works with Path of Exile, and for Diablo 4, I think it's expected by players who already played the genre. However, casuals and new players don't like it, as some rage from the fact that they'll be starting over again with a new character and all that loot that they have acquired can't be used in the new seasons. You see, this is one reason why I don't play Path of Exile frequently, but I love to go in and out from the game since there are some leagues that are interesting and the endgame is not boring at all. I don't see this happening with Diablo 4 with its first few seasons though, unless they introduced something fresh like new mechanics on each season that will pique the interest of players. Because honestly, if I'm new to RPG 2, I would be pissed that I will have to start over again just to participate on each seasons. Also, I have heard that aside from the new content and seasonal wipes, there's going to be a couple mainstay features in each season. First is going to be the season journey. This is a returning feature from Diablo 3, where players will have a separate objective track to complete aside from the main story quests. Blizzard has stated that the season journeys this go around will be much more challenging than Diablo 3's and will have new pinnacle difficulty challenges each season. The second mainstay feature of each season will be the Battle Pass. If you've played any mobile game or free-to-play game in the past few years, then you're familiar with the Battle Pass system. This Battle Pass will be cosmetic in nature only, with no pay-for-power elements. There are a few key points to note about the Battle Pass that Blizzard want to make very clear. And then, there's the Battle Pass. All players will have access to the free track of the Battle Pass, and players who purchase the Premium Pass will have access to both tracks. The Battle Pass awards cosmetics and it also awards premium currency and a free season boost. So, based from what I'm hearing here, they are following the same journey as Destiny 2, which is now turning into a shithole of microtransactions. Just looking at the model of Diablo 4, it seems that Asmongold was right when he said that Diablo 4 is actually Diablo 3 but 11 years later. Now, I haven't played Diablo 3 because I don't like the cartoonish look of the game, but I can compare Diablo 4 right now to Destiny 2. The only difference about both games is that Diablo 4 made clear that the game is paid, and once you buy it, then everything will be available for you except for Battle Pass, cosmetics and who knows what else they will be selling next. On the other hand, Destiny 2 was a bogus game to trick new players on getting into the game, as it is labeled as free to play on Steam, but actually, its free version will just give you a couple of things to do and you have to pay for every expansion so that you can expand the game and unlock those fun part of Destiny 2. And the worst part is, they have removed other DLC, and then reintroduced them again, but this time, you have to pay again to buy it on an expansion. That's an absolute fuckery, and honestly lads, I don't trust paid games anymore. What I mean by this is that, some of the new releases right now are just full of marketing bullshits and they're just a quick cash grabber. First, they will tease you for years, and then, they will release an unfinished product, and will eventually milk the game dry until gamers will say no more, and eventually, after years, they will create another replica of the game with nothing new, but just different story and set of characters with added little new features. Do the same process again and we gamers are falling over and over again for this endless loop of a trap. This is why I am now hesitant of buying a new game, and I know I am not the only one who feel the same way. Why are you not playing any footage of Diablo 4 in this video, squad leader? Because it sucks and they are in a bad spot right now, because Path of Exile 2 will be making a big announcement this July 28th. In fact, during Summer Game Fest, they released 2 short trailers of Path of Exile 2, and it looks amazing, and this was the time I said that Diablo 4 just got deleted. GGG has killed the Diablo 4 hype within weeks for me, and I really regret buying the game, as there is a much better ARPG coming, and I should have waited because it's actually free to play. I'm not coming back to Diablo 4 anymore, and I'm not going to buy any shit expansion that they are selling. Blizzard is a fucking lunatic for messing all their games, and their community is hating them for ruining all their games because of their greedy decision making, always aiming to make the most profit but giving stress-inducing games to their fans. It's kind of sad that most of the games I played in the past were from Blizzard and now, they feel like nothing to me. I was a big Warcraft fanatic before, and I was impressed by the lore of the game, but it ended when they have fucked up the game. I also feel relief right now, that I don't spend most of the time playing games that I buy. I wasted money for this shit games and they are just trotting in my Steam directory or somewhere else in my PC, and some even got deleted within days of playing. I'm still lucky that Warframe still exists and continue pushing actual free content to their player base, and This gets rewarded by players through purchasing cosmetics that they are selling. Seriously lads, Warframe is the true definition of free to play. The same goes with Path of Exile too. These are the games that never disappoints me as it's free content and I don't feel obligated to purchase anything to help me progress. I just can have fun without purchasing extra inventory slot in Path of Exile, and I can have fun with all the content in Warframe without even purchasing Prime Access, but I did this to support the developers so that they will continue to add more content to the game. I know the Warframe players are constantly have something to say about the developers, as this is also the right thing to do so that they understand what the players want, but we are still lucky that the developers are giving us free major updates every year, or not every year, but they still do it. You get to play all the things and even the premium currency, which is platinum, is obtainable through selling prime parts and other stuff in the game. Warframe truly is a big slap to those AAA games in the industry right now. Like, players can get into the game and decide to leave if they want to, and then come back if there's a content that they would love to try out. That's the true beauty of Warframe, and I am just glad that even the game is 10 years, it's still constantly evolving and Digital Extremes are still experimenting stuff to make their player base enjoy Warframe. Some may fail, but some may become big hits that it will attract new players. After all this years, still, Warframe is my top game and I'm still enjoying, still keep coming back into the game, especially after a depressing run into a game I bought. Like I have said, I really regretted buying Diablo 4 and I should have spent it with Hildryn Prime, or even had given the money to my community so that they have bought some Platinum or Prime Access. My advice to you guys, is to stay away from Diablo 4 or any Blizzard games right now. If you are craving for an ARPG, then wait for Path of Exile 2. It's got more content than Diablo 4, it's better than Diablo 4, and it's free like Warframe. Thank you so much for watching. Squad Leader signing off.